Imagine a world before ours, a world buzzing with genius, towering cities, and secrets so advanced they'd make our tech look like child's play. Now picture it all vanishing, swallowed by a flood so massive it reshaped history itself. This isn't just a story from ancient books. It's a mystery etched into the earth, whispered across cultures, and begging to be uncovered. The Bible tells of Noah, chosen to save his family and every animal, while the heavens unleashed a flood to wipe out wickedness. For 40 days and nights, water poured from the skies, and for 150 days it lingered, reshaping the earth. When it receded, Noah's family stepped into a new world, a fresh start. Welcome to the hidden truth of the Great Flood, a cataclysm that didn't just wash away evil, but erased an entire civilization. In Washington state, there's a place called the Channeled Scablands, a scarred landscape of dry rivers, impossibly deep valleys, and ripples the size of buildings etched into solid rock. Some, like researchers Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson, believe it's part of a global event, a planetary reset around 14,000 years ago. They point to similar scars worldwide: the Black Sea Basin, the Gulf of Cambay, even submerged cities hinting at lost worlds like Atlantis. These weren't gentle tides. They were tsunamis, glacial meltdowns, maybe even triggered by a comet. Whatever caused it, the flood didn't just reshape the land, it erased entire histories. For years, geologists scratched their heads, unable to explain it. Then, in the 1920s, J. Harlan Retz dropped the bombshell. This wasn't slow erosion. Take Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, built 11,600 years ago, long before the pyramids. In Egypt, the Assyrians' massive stones dwarf later dynastic work. In Lebanon, Baalbek's 800-ton trilithon stones sit beneath Roman ruins, like a forgotten foundation. These sites share a pattern. The oldest layers are the most advanced, often buried under sediment, as if a flood hit them hard and fast. Its massive stone pillars, carved with precision and arranged in symbolic circles, scream sophistication. This wasn't a tribe of hunters. These were engineers, astronomers, architects. A massive flood, moving at 60 miles an hour with walls of water hundreds of feet high, carved this terrain in days. Scientists laughed until satellite imagery proved him right decades later. Could they be remnants of a pre-flood civilization? One with knowledge we're only starting to grasp. A society that understood astronomy, engineering, maybe even energies we've yet to rediscover? Over 200 cultures, Mesopotamians, Hindus, Greeks, Mayans, even indigenous Australians, tell eerily similar tales. A warning from a god, a chosen survivor, a massive ark, a world reborn. The Mesopotamians had Utnapishtim, saved by gods to build a boat. The Hindus speak of Manu, guided by a fish god to safety. Same plot, different names, across continents that never connected. How could so many people, separated by oceans and time, share the same story? It's not a coincidence, it's a memory. Let's dive into this emotional journey and uncover what was lost, what survived, and what it means for us today. What if it erased a civilization so advanced it makes our skyscrapers and smartphones look primitive? What if the flood hid their story, but not well enough? The flood that changed everything. You've probably heard the story. A righteous man, a giant boat, and a world drowned in endless rain. But here's where it gets strange. This isn't just a Bible story. This flood wasn't just a storm. It was a reset, a catastrophe that didn't just drown the wicked, but buried something extraordinary. Evidence carved in stone. The earth doesn't lie. It keeps secrets in its rocks, valleys, and oceans, waiting for us to notice. Could this be a footprint of the Great Flood? Ruins that defy time. If the flood was real, what did it destroy? Scattered across the globe are clue structures so advanced they don't befit the history we retaught. Then there's Puma Punku in Bolivia, with stone blocks cut so perfectly they interlock like Lego, built by people who supposedly lacked the wheel. Why do the oldest ruins look more advanced than the newer ones? The lost civilization of Mu. Let's talk about Mu, a name that sparks both wonder and skepticism. In the 19th century, archaeologist Augustus Le Plongin, obsessed with Mayan ruins, claimed Mu was a mother civilization, older than Egypt or Mesopotamia. These massive figures, carved with uncanny precision, baffle modern engineers. The Rapa Nui people say their ancestors built them, passing down knowledge from a lost age. But who were these ancestors? Could they connect to Mu or something like it? Critics say an advanced civilization couldn't vanish without a trace. But what if the flood was that trace, washing away all but whispers? Later, James Churchward, a British soldier, said he saw ancient tablets in India, written by the Mu themselves. These tablets described a vast continent, home to a civilization with technology beyond our own. No hard proof, just stories until you look closer. If these are the Great Flood's footprints, what else lies hidden? Strange formations off Cuba, Bimini, and Egypt hint at more, often ignored or unexplored. Are these just rocks, or are they memories of a world we've forgotten? What if the lost civilization wasn't human at all? What if it was dinosaurs? Not the lumbering beasts we imagine, but intelligent ones. Ancient texts and artifacts suggest pre-flood civilizations knew things we're still chasing. Ancient stories speak of sky beings or survivors teaching humanity, restarting the cycle. The flood didn't just destroy cities, it erased entire ways of thinking, sciences, and truths we're still piecing together. The Sumerians, called the first civilization, wrote about planets we only recently discovered, using math we took centuries to match. Egypt's dendera lights look like ancient tech. Bolivia's Gate of the Sun holds a solar calendar rivaling ours. The Antikythera mechanism, a 2,000-year-old computer, hints at even older designs. In 2021, paleontologist Diego Paul studied the Maiasaura, a herbivore that returned to the same nesting grounds yearly, showing memory and strategy. They lived in cooperative groups, planning and protecting their young. Then there's the Truden small, fast, with a brain-to-body ratio like mammals, binocular vision, and grasping hands. What if we're not the first to reach these heights? What if a civilization human, dinosaur, or something else rose and fell, leaving only echoes? The answers are out there, buried in stone, hidden in water, waiting for us to listen. What do you think could the flood have hidden a civilization we're only now rediscovering? Share your thoughts, and let's keep searching for the truth together. The earth holds clues in its scars, its ruins, its sunken cities. Every culture carries the story, and every discovery pushes us closer to the truth. Paleontologist Dale Russell suggested that, without a cataclysm, Truden could have evolved into a humanoid species, capable of speech, culture, even technology. On Easter Island, the Moai statues stand like silent sentinels. Dinosaurs or something else? Now, let's get wild. What stopped them? An asteroid, says mainstream science. But what if floods played a role too? Ancient myths speak of water reshaping the world. Could a global flood have buried their cities under rock and sea, leaving only fossils to hint at their genius? Sunken cities, hidden truths. In the Gulf of Cambay, India, sonar scans reveal geometric structures, streets, foundations. GRIDs buried 100 feet underwater, possibly 9,000 years old. Off Japan's coast, the Yonaguni Monument's staircase-like terraces in precise angles look man-made, though some call it natural. In Dwarka, India, archaeologists found walls and artifacts where legend says a city sank. These sites, covered in thick silt, suggest sudden, violent flooding, not slow sea rise. The oceans hold secrets we're only beginning to uncover. The Younger Dryas impact hypothesis points to a comet fragment 12,800 years ago, melting ice sheets and flooding coastlines worldwide. Knowledge beyond our reach ruins are one thing, but knowledge is another. What if these weren't new inventions, but scraps of a lost system? A story that haunts us, the Great Flood, isn't just a tale of water and survival. It's a warning, a memory, a question. What was lost in the flood? A world more advanced than ours? A species smarter than we imagine? Or just a chance to learn from the past?